Okay.
I have few question, Harsh, regarding this.
Yeah, tell me.
So I was doing this test, and the
Mm-hmm.
first thing that happened is the date thing. The
Okay.
format you have given is in the like date, month, and
Okay.
year.
Mm-hmm.
But here it goes like it goes like uh, a little bit different. It goes month,
Mm-hmm.
date, and year. So when I'm doing it, the date is not working. I mean, it's
Okay. Okay. So you can change from there. Like, see in the date column, go to this
Mhm.
date. Let me here is a this one is a uh, you can change from data type here, like date format. Okay. Suppose if there is a suppose you have uh, like month, date, and year. So if you want to choose date, month, and year, you can go to this date column, and under this
Mhm.
column tool, there is a date to date, and second there is a format tab. From this format tab, you can change this one date.
I did that, but still it was showing when I was creating that relationship, it was showing an error. And one more thing, whatever the work I did, I was unable to save it. So
Okay,
how do
save it. You know, save
yeah.
save you can directly from here. Uh, it would be great if you send me the file to in my email
I
ID.
have to
I will share the
okay,
email. Yeah.
okay, I'll do that because I have to redo everything because everything
Mhm.
is
Let me share my ID, or I will share my ID to you in my
WhatsApp, yeah. On WhatsApp.
yeah, or I can share here also. You can send me the file so I can tell you what is the actual issue with this. Okay, so you
Okay.
can send me your file in this so that I can share. I can share and let you know.
Okay.
Otherwise, or also you can do. Suppose sometime there is a issue, then you can go to that. Suppose if you have adding the date column in your chart, so you can remove that date column and try again with the date. Okay, sometimes there is a issue with system issue as well, as because Power BI is updating every 15 days. Okay, Power BI is
Okay.
updating every 15 days, and every 15 days, after some 15 days, there is a some update like saving update, or there is a visualization. But I think no any saving update is there, or you can there is a many more option. Go to this file option. You can save as
Mhm.
to your desktop as well as. Okay,
Okay.
suppose in desktop, if I want to save, so this file will be saved in my desktop as well, and then I copy this file and share to you directly. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll redo that and I'll send you message or
Yeah, sure. Sure. So any other doubt?
no, till now nothing.
Okay. So yesterday we will do like we have exported the file from the folder, and this is our fast food. This is our dates table, which is we have to connect it with the Power BI queries. Okay, and this one is our fast food restaurant table, the complete table with the date, serial number, address, categories, all over the complete detail will there. And after that, we have make the relationship with this date to date. Okay, so
Mhm.
now we have making some of the visualization or some measure on the basis of this uh, data. So first thing in our mind, because you are working on real time project, right? So you have
Mhm.
like you have a question, like in this data model, what we need in the starting, what we need. Okay, suppose let me open one notepad. Suppose for every data, suppose if you are working in company provide you that with whatever the requirement company need. But if you are working with your practice or newly project, company does not provide you data. Company provide you only data, not nothing provide you like whatever the requirement you have. Okay, so you
Mhm.
have to make the requirement on your own. So suppose the starting, okay, the starting of the visualization, you have to make a card chart. Okay, every Power BI project, you have to make a card chart, and card chart is the visualization of summary. It means you need a summary. So summary of what? Suppose if you have a restaurant project, then you need your total sales. Okay, you
Mhm.
need your total cost. You need your gross profit. Okay, you need your net profit, and you need your net profit percentage. This is your main 5 steps, main 5 summary card chart, in which you have to summary chart of total sale, total cost, gross profit, net profit, and net profit percentage. And 5 more things like total restaurant. Okay, how many restaurants in your data? So total restaurants. Second thing, you have total region or country, in which country you have to focus. Suppose if you have India country, and India country you have 29 state or 28 state. Suppose you have how many states you have to analyze. This is your country. And if you are working some other department, then you need a total departments. Okay, if you have suppose employees in your data, then you need that total employees in your restaurant, and employees working in your restaurant. These kind of basic detail you need first step. This is your first step, starting of the visualization. So for this first step, you have some summaries data. You need some summary of the visualization, summary of your data. Suppose if your data is for 5 years, then what is the sales of total 5 years? What is the cost of total 5 years? Gross profit, net profit. So this kind of data we need. Okay.
Okay.
So now net profit or net profit percentage, as well as just a minute. Yeah. So how many restaurants in your data, how many countries, region, department, total employee working, how many things. So you have to done some basic thing. This is just a basic. So I'm going to my Power BI here, and this is my data. And if I go into my data tab, this is my data. And if you check in the first column number, this one, see, cost of product we have, direct cost. And so cost of product we have, direct cost, indirect cost, and delivery cost. So we have total of 4 types of cost. So when you add these 4 types of cost, you have an answer of total cost, right? Same thing, our revenue. This is your revenue means a sales, and this is your discount. So if you add this column completely, this will be total sales, net sales, or gross sales. And if you let me just mute yours all. Okay, and see, this is your discount column. If you deduct this discount column from this sales, this is your net sales, and net sales minus all these costs, this answer will become you the actual gross profit to you. Okay, so this will be the just basic thing, that how to calculate your basic thing. So total we have cost of product. So there is an option here, guys, new column. Okay, so first we need total cost. So I'm adding one new column into my data, and it will give me the answer, new column add, and I write it, new column heading is total cost. And how to calculate this total cost? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 column. So name as cost of product. This one is a column, cost of product plus direct cost plus indirect cost. Okay, and you have to plus delivery cost. This one is your delivery cost. And when you enter, okay, it means this cost 40, 17, 17, and 7. If you enter total of this, like 14, 17, 7, 34, 74, and 7 is 81. See, the answer is 81. So you have total cost. Now we have total cost. Same way, if you click on new column, now we need our total sales. So I write it one column here, and total sales. So for this total sale, I write it here as revenue column minus discount column. This is your discount column. If you minus the revenue minus discount, this value will give you the total sales column, total sales volume data. And see, 133 minus 10 is equal to 123. And this calculation will be done by row to row wise. Okay, every row wise data will be automatically calculated. And now third column is, you have to calculate your gross profit or net profit. You can name as net profit And net profit, you have to answer your total sales volume. This column, total sales minus total cost. This value will give you the net profit. And same way, adding one more new column. And now we need net profit percentage, or you can put it as profit percentage as well as. But now I need write it net profit percentage. And guys, profit percentage is how to calculate profit percentage. You have net profit divide by you have total sales. So if you net profit divide by total sales, it means the percentage on the basis of sales. I write it here that this value will be percentage on the basis of sales. Sometimes every company want a different kinds of percentage. Like some companies want net profit percentage on the basis of department, net profit percentage on the basis of like cost, net profit percentage on the basis of countries. So they want different kinds of basis. So now this is you can change for any basis. Like if you need on the basis of sales, divide by sales. If you need basis of the department, divide by department. So click on this and just enter. So it will give you the net profit percentage. And now it will be a decimal, I think. Yeah, it will be a decimal. Click on this net profit percent. Okay, and there is an option here, percentage sign. Click this percentage. When you click this percentage, it is working on it. And now you have to just remove the decimal to 0. So it will give you the complete answer in percentage. 34 percentage for this row only, 62% for this row only, 46% for this row only. So you have to calculate here. One column is total cost, total sales, net profit, and net profit percentage. These 4 columns. So this column will give you the basis of data. And if I click on this summary chart, this is your guys summary page visualization. Click on this view tab here and go to this page view. If you click on this fit to width, it is complete, or you can fit to page and change the color of this page, like page background color. Suppose if I want this yellow color, okay, so this color, this is the background of this page. And now if I click on this card chart, and we have calculated this for total cost, same way, form, go to this, just folder and just shadow. This is your total cost. Copy and just paste and paste. So this 4 things. So instead of this total cost, if you change total sales, here you can change your net profit. Here you can change your net profit percentage. Instead of this total sales, go to this data label. Auto it's 2 million. You can click to here as 1,000. So now total sales value is 1574k. Total cost, net profit, and see here net profit percentage you can show. There is a how many percentage, 466, because it is a summation of percentage. If you click on this, and instead of summation, if you click the average, this is your average of your total complete raw profit is 47% your total profit you have. So now this value, these all things will be your implicit measure, implicit calculated column wise data. Click on this text box. I write it here as calculated column implicit measure. Copy size something big instead of 10, 20. Color would be black. So guys, what is it actually? See, you have all the value, total cost, total sales, net profit and net profit percentage. But this value will be changeable for one by one. Click on this cost, go to here. See, there is a limited multiple option. Sum, average, minimum, maximum, count distinct, count, standard deviation, variance, median, as well as you have some no show value as percentage of grand total and some other things. So this value is called as implicit measure. So what is implicit? You have any idea? What is implicit? Niti and Prachi, any idea? What is implicit measure in Power BI? You can unmute yourself and then tell me.
Maybe a indirect cost or something.
See, implicit measure is Power BI is automatically calculated the summation sign of this. Automatic calculate. You cannot calculate your data. See, what is 8 to 5? 8 to 5 is when you click on this total cost, and if you or add all these column, all these row wise data, this value will give you the total cost. But can we calculate? No, because Power BI is automatically calculated this total cost, this total sales, this total profit, and this average profit. Power BI is automatic calculate. For first time, it is okay. But if you calculate total cost for all countries wise, if you calculate, let me uh, give you the answer. Like here we have US or you have a city. Okay, provenance. Okay, I have a provenance. So if I click here, suppose this table. This is a table, and if I write it here, provenance, and if I write it here at total cost, see, now it is distributed. It is distributed. Total cost is 8 to 5. The same answer is 8 to 5, but it is distributed by for every pronouns. But suppose if I need only CA pronouns total cost, if I need only this total cost 99142, 99142, how to calculate this value in the chart? Because we cannot calculate this value in the chart with the implicit value, because implicit measure is not reusable purpose. But if we use explicit measure to calculate this value, explicit measure is via dex function. Like in the Excel you are using some function, count function, lookup values, okay, related tables, this kind of function using we are in Excel, and then we have to call this functions. But here in Power BI we called it at dex function. So if we calculate any answer with a dex function, then it should be reusable. But if we calculate any values with the implicit measure, it is only for first purpose usable, not for second purpose. Not for second purpose. So because suppose if I click on this card chart and click on this provenance, see, the first provenance is CA. But if you click on this, and there is an option last, what is the last provenance of your data? Last is also CA. Okay, if you click on this count distinct, how many provenance? Count distinct means total of unique value is 1. And if you click on this count, you have total of all the counts 1201. So this value does not give you the correct answer. So that is the reason for one data you can change multiple times. So this value is not give you the correct answer. So that is the reason that implicit measure cannot be reusable purpose, or not in the reusable. We cannot use implicit measure into our data. Implicit measure is just for your non-purpose, that what is actually implicit measure. Okay, and how to calculate explicit, I will tell you. For explicit measure, we have to calculate all these things via calculation. So for this, go to this modeling, click new table, and I write it table name as key measure, because you have to calculate your some functions. And I thought that all the functions should be in only one table. We don't need to identify, we don't need to find different measure into different table. So that is the reason I put the one table, the name as key measure only. So in this key measure table we have all the calculation of our data. Okay, so the first point is, see, total cost. First you have to identify that how to calculate this total cost. So go to this table, go to select this, there is a total cost. How to calculate total cost? You have to add 1, 2, 3, and 4 column. So there is a 4 option. You can, there is a 2 option, not 4. There is a 2 option. Either you can directly add all these things together, or second option, you have to calculate all these for total by a measure, and then you can add. There is a 2 option. So I am going to buy 2 option because I need to calculate many functions to you. Click on this, see how to calculate new measure. Click this table. In which table you have to calculate measure? There is a 2 option. Click this new measure, and here is the option of new measure. You can either click from here, or second option is there is a 3 dot. Click this, and there is a new measure. So there is a many option you can calculate. Click on this new measure. Click on this new measure, and now we have to write one by one our measure. So first measure, we have to calculate your total cost of product. Total cost of product. So for this total cost of product, you have to use your sum function. See, there is a function sum. Function fx means function, fx means function. These all are the functions we are using into Power BI, and all this function using by measure function, not only for column function. So function is sum, and if you click this tab button, the sum function asks you to add all the number in the column. It means you have to name only the column name. So in which column you want to add cost of product? Click this cost of product. This column you need, and close this bracket. So if you put the enter value, and what is the total cost? Click this here, this measure, select one card chart, copy this measure into this card chart. See, the total cost of product for this CA is 54K, but here is 99. So you say that this is the error. No, this is not an error, because total cost will be adding by 4 column. Now it is just for 1 column answer. So you have to add same way another column. So what is the another column name? Click on this cost of product, direct cost, indirect cost, and delivery cost. So you have to add all this measure together. Click new column, new measure here, not new column, new measure. Here you can add total direct cost, and click enter. The sum of direct cost. See, also it will require your column name, so you can put here as a direct cost. Enter. Same way to add new column again. Add new column. Yeah. So total cost we have, total indirect cost we have. Now we need to calculate total indirect cost. Total indirect cost, and you have to use your sum function only. Same way you have to use your indirect cost value, this one. Enter, and click new measure again. So last of total cost. Total delivery cost. Enter. Sum of cost, and enter. So now we have all these 4 measures. Okay, all these 4 measures. So now if we need to calculate just total cost, and guys, how to enter the next line? Shift plus enter. I write it here as shift plus enter for new line. Okay, so total cost. So total cost, we need these all measure. Total cost of product, total delivery cost, total direct cost, total indirect cost. So if you add all these measure and click on this enter, you will be answer, see if your answer will be the same or anything different. Click here, total cost. You can just see the answer will be the exact same. Okay, so that is the reason. And what is the impact? See, click on there. There is a no any option like average, count this thing. Okay, average, sum. This is the no any option. But if you click on there, there is a menu option. Click there. There is a menu option like sum, average, minimum, maximum, count. There is a menu option. But here you don't have any option. So that is the reason. What happened? If you click this one, copy, just format. And see, total value is 99. And same way, if you click this cost of product, delivery cost, indirect cost, and this one is direct cost. So click there. This value is automatically taken by a group chart, 450K. Click here. There is a 75K. Click here. Click this chart, card chart 150K, and click direct cost is 150K, and see what is the answer. 450 and 150 and 150. It means total of 750 plus 75 is equal to 825K. It is a complete answer of this, and all these are the explicit measure. Click into this, see explicit. You can reusable for this cost multiple times with the card chart also. So this all value is explicit cost. So there is a difference between implicit and explicit. Implicit measure is not reusable purpose, but explicit measure is reusable purpose. We are going to use in our further chart. Here. Explicit. So tell me, any doubt? Prachi and Niti, any doubt?
Harsh, I think I missed some part of it because there was some network issue.
Which one? Like after which?
After this 825K explicit measure, I haven't.
Okay. Let me repeat. Just a minute. See, first we have to calculate this value, sum total cost of product, and we have to use this our sum function. I write it here. The sum is a x function. Okay, x function. So this function you can only use in a measure, not in column. Only use in measure, not in column. So this will be a sum function. And sum function, what is the use of this function into this measure? Total cost of product. Sum function, it means you have to use this column, cost of product and sum. So click on this table data. Click on this table data, go to this fast food. Okay, and go to add. This is the cost of product. So what is the sum function doing actually? See, sum function doing one by one total of this row, so one by total of this column, like 40 plus 41 plus 43 plus 49 plus 46 plus 48 at the end of all the row. Suppose there is a 10,000 row, so it will directly one by one adding row and 10,000 row. And suppose after 2 days, suppose you have 100 more transaction, then you can just add 100 more transaction into your data. Okay, 100 more transaction into your data, and go to this refresh only. If you do refresh, this data will be automatically reallocated, automatically updated. You cannot do a sum function, calculate function, count function again and again. This data will automatically update it. See, 10,000 row loaded, 4382 data loaded. It will automatically updated, and see, it will be updated. Same way, right now we are going to use this one. If you click on this one, this Excel file, this is our main data into the CSV format. If you click on this data, suppose here we have data, I think for 10 years. Let me check. Yeah, it's for 2021, 2019, 18, 17, 16, 14. So total we have 2010 to 21. Suppose after 5 years, in 2025, if you are making first time this report in 2020-21, and if you're making the updated file in 2020-25, and you have 5 year more data like 21 to 25, then you can just copy the main data into this file only. This is the row. Copy and just paste it into here, and then you can just save it. Just save it this file and close. After closing, you can go to your main file of this Power BI, and just you can enter your refresh. The data will be automatically loaded. Okay. Or let me show you how. See, right now it's 8:25, right? If I click on this restaurant, suppose if I go down, copy approx 500 lines. Approx 500 line, and just move down and just paste it. Okay. So now I have pasted total lines, and just close this value. After saving, close this value, go to this and click refresh, and see, data will be automatically loaded. See now 10,518, and see the value. Every value will be the change. See 868, 868, 473. Every data will be changes. Okay, so there is a benefit. You cannot do your calculation again and again. You can just update your data in the background file, and after that you can just refresh. Data will be loaded in just a seconds. Okay, same way you have to calculate your total delivery cost of the sum value, total direct cost, total indirect cost. The function should be the same, sum, because we need column wise data. And in the total cost, we have to add these all four measure. And that is the purpose of reusable of the measure. Reusable of the measure. Okay, so one more thing, why we would explicit measure or why we not use implicit measure in our data. Because implicit measure is, guys, suppose if you click there, we have to add 4 column. Okay, these 4 column increase your data size, increase your file data size. Okay, suppose your value, well, your right now we have just 10,000 data. Suppose if you are working in the server, companies have 10 millions of data, not only just 10,000 rows data. This is just for your working purpose, 10,000 data. But if you are working in your live project in the company, the company have 10 millions of data, 20 millions of data. Then how? Okay, so it will be difficult to adding a column, and it will hanging your file. It will be hanging your file. So also, instead of adding column, we can use the this measure, because measure does not give the size. Measure only uh, gain the memory of your data, but the calculated column give you two things: size of the column and memory of your column. Okay, so these two things, remember always. The implicit measure is Power BI automatically calculate. And see, one more answer. In the net profit, you have answer is 47. But if I calculate another function, this is our total cost is complete, guys. So now if I calculate another function is, first we have to complete all this basic thing. Now total sales, gross sales, and net sales. So for this you have to calculate many more functions. Like you have, you can write it here as gross sales. So gross sales. So gross sales value will be the sum of revenue column, because revenue is a gross sales value. So sum of the revenue column is named as gross sales. Click on new measure. You have to add your column, discount column, and this value will be given rename measure. Okay. Adding new measure again. now this time you have to add your total discount. Total discount also you are using some column of discount. This is the discount column. Some value only ask you for discount only for one column. Total discount column. Click on this, and now you have to add your total sales. So total sales is you have to gross sales. This is the measure minus total discount measure. Total discount. So this value will give you the total sales. So you have total sales and total cost. Now we need net profit, and after that we have answer of net profit percentage. So two more functions we need to create. Now we need our total, or you can just enter here net profit. Net profit, guys, total sales, last value total sales, and you have total cost, not cost of product. Cost of product is for only for product. Total cost include all the cost. So total cost, and there is a net profit, and same way we have to calculate your net profit percentage. Net profit percentage, and guys, for percentage in column we are going to use net profit divided by sales, but here we are going to use divide function. So divide function asks you the numerator, and numerator is net profit, and denominator is your sales. Which one sales? Total sales. This is your total sales measure we are going to use, and just close bracket. So this value will give you the net profit percentage. And what is the answer? Let me show you. Click one chart, and I write it here, just net profit percentage. Click here. Same way, go to this net profit, answer in percentage, and instead of, you can enter just a 0, so that we don't need a decimal answer. And now click this, use the chart, and see the answer. Here is 48, but here is 47. So which one is correct? Correct is this one, because measure always give you the correct answer instead of this implicit measure. This is wrong. Answer is 47. So that is the answer is average, but this is the correct answer, 48%. So that is also reason that we are going to use explicit measure instead of implicit measure, because implicit measure does not give you the correct answer. For the percentage sign, for the initial value side, it will give you the correct answer. Suppose the total sales. If you click on this, where is total sales? This one, total sales, and click this card chart. The answer should be same. Click this value, data label, display unit. You can enter in 1000. So answer should be the same, total sales. But for only for percentage or for some further value, this implicit measure is answer give you the some like what I say, it will give you the answer in some approximate answer. It is nearby your correct answer, like 47. It is correctly nearby. It does not give you the like answer with a 37 or 40%. It is correctly nearby answer. Okay. And same way, sometimes it will give you the 48 point something answer, but here it will give you the 47, and this value will give you the 48. So always use, guys, this explicit measure. Okay. So now understand, or any doubt in your mind, Niti or Prachi? And guys, sorry also for the last two classes because I am not well that time. Okay. So any other doubt in your mind, or you have any question, little bit question in your mind? Because guys, for this Power BI project, you have to think, because right now I am thinking on the behalf of you. See, last in the this chart, in this starting of the visualization, we have completed this part: total sales, total cost, gross profit, net profit, and net profit percentage. Now this part is remaining. So this is your summary chart, as step by step you have to go for your every visualization chart. So first time we are just using your card chart, and this is your card chart value of your data. Okay. Same way, suppose if you go to into new page, click this table. See why we making the relationship. Why we making the relationship of this date to restaurant table? Because we have to make our data with the year wise as well as date wise. Click on this date. Okay. Instead of hierarchy, I need only date hierarchy, one by one date, not like this year, quarter, or this wise. Same way. So for this date, if you need to calculate, suppose total sales, this value is total sales. This is day by sales you have, day by cost you have. Okay, day wise net profit and day wise your net profit percentage as well as. The net answer is 48%, but the day by day answer is increasing or decreasing, but the net answer is 48. It means it is an average of the net profit. Okay, so same way you are using that kind of table also presentation. That is it is your daily sales presentation. You can just enter text box here. You can write it as daily sales presentation. This value 36 bold on the basis of black. You can enter daily sales presentation. Like this way you can prepare your chart as well as your presentation. This is your daily sales presentation. You can just format it on the basis of whatever the requirement of your company. So this is your daily sales presentation. The total sales value of 1/1/2010, 2, 3, 4. You can compare also. You can compare also year by year. Suppose if I click one, there is a slicer. There is a slicer option. Okay, and it is a slicer. And if you go to this date, just put this date value. See the total of 10-year sales. If you need to compare just 1 to 1 year sales, it will be already changed for 1 to 1 year, only 2010 data, only 2010. You can change also. You can go to either, and if you need to change only the mid sales, you can compare your sales 2016 sales. Okay, starting from 2016, this value will be 2016 starting sales. So you have to compare all your sales by data. See, okay, so this time you can maintain your data every data wise. So our first step is done, guys. Summary of the chart, summary of the your visualization. But we have a summary chart is done. So now second things we have to use our this chart. These things, total restaurant, region, department, this thing we have to calculate, and this thing we will done after the break, because we have 1 minute remaining into this chart session. So I'm just stop this session, and guys you can join so that we can continue 10 to 20 minutes for the base some others topics. Okay, so I'm